Hello, everybody, and welcome to game number 1 of the Warzone tournament play-in. Here we have 5 fantastic players looking to make their way in. These guys are looking to get into the Warzone tournament, make their way to that championship, and this is the first step. Winner of this match is guaranteed a spot in the tournament. I'm your host, Kirk Kowalkowski. Let's real quick introduce our 5 players. First, we got Nick Carley. Nick, how you doing?
I'm doing well, Kirk. Happy to be here. This is 5 really good competitors. A few of these guys I'm real good friends with already, so this should be a hell of a time, and I'm looking forward to it.
Perfect. All right, and next to him we got Brandon. Brandon, how you feeling going to tonight's match?
I'm feeling great, guys. I'm actually having a lot of trouble hearing right now, but I'm going to make the most of it. I'm feeling great, guys. It's going to be a great match. Got a lot of great competitors, like Nick said, and it's going to be fun.
All right. And below him, we got Mark. Mark, this is it, buddy. How you feeling about it?
Well, I am feeling like this is going to be a match. That's how I'm feeling about it. And, yeah, I wish everyone well because I've got no ill will towards any of these folks. So let's just have some fun. Why don't we?
5 good guys in the match tonight. Speaking of which, next to Mark, Rue, you like your chances going into this match?
I like my chances to feel like I feel good at the end.
All right.
That's it. I feel good at the end, and then I'll be happy. So, ready to go.
And finally, right below me next to Mario, we got our newcomer coming in, looking to make his mark in the match tonight. It's Paul. Paul, I believe this is your Warzone debut. I've got a formidable task ahead of you. How you feeling about it?
I got no expectations at this point. I'm just ready to get going here.
All right. Okay, we have our players introduced. We are ready to start. Gentlemen, you know how this works. Round 1 is your basic whiteboard round. You are going to get 8 questions to the field. Write them down on your whiteboard and also verbalize your answers. You will get 1 point for each correct answer. If you get a perfect round, you will get that bonus 9th question. So unless anybody has any questions, you guys are ready to go. Mm-hmm. We will start with category 1, question 1, which comes in the category of sci-fi fantasy. What 2 actors play the old and young versions of Joe in Looper? This is probably my favorite movie from this director. We won't have to talk about some of his other movies right now.
No, let's do it.
Definitely, Mark. It's a good idea.
Let's talk about the one he did after this. It's awesome.
Yeah, that's a great.
Time's out, right? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
That's good too.
And we will start with Nick.
Bruce Willis and Joseph Gordon-Levitt.
That is correct. Mark?
Joseph Gordon-Levitt and Bruce Willis.
That is right. Brandon?
Joseph Gordon-Levitt and Bruce Willis.
Maru?
Bruce Willis, Joseph Gordon-Levitt.
And Paul?
Bruce Willis, Joseph Gordon-Levitt.
All right, starting out with a clean sweep. Good job, guys. Your second question in the category of directors. Who directed Scream?
It depends on which Scream you're asking about. Are you asking about the movie or are you asking about, well, never mind, that's personal.
We'll stick to the movie for now, Mark.
Oh, my God.
In 5.
Oh, the movie. Okay.
4, 3, 2, 1. Mark, let's start with you this time.
Well, if it's the movie, then Wes Craven.
Brandon.
Well, I sure hope this is the right guy because he directed all of them. Wes Craven.
Amaru.
Wes Craven.
And Paul.
Wes Craven.
And finally, Nick.
Wes Craven.
All right. Another clean sweep. Everybody perfect after 2. Okay, category number 3, gentlemen. Question number 3, category in sports. What U.S. state does Hoosiers take place in? Could talk about something else here, but I'm afraid I'll give the answer away, so I'm not going to say anything.
Oh, don't worry. I'll get to that right after.
This is the Lex Luthor movie, right?
Yes.
Prequel. 5, 4.
So this
3,
is what did it. This
2,
is what drove him mad.
1. And Brandon, we'll start with you this time.
Is it Texas?
It is not Texas.
Oh.
Amora, you got the playboard there? answer?
Reggie Miller is the devil. It's Indiana. That night.
Paul.
Indiana.
Nick.
Wife was from this state, so she'd be upset. Indiana.
And Mark.
Did anybody else hear the doorbell? Your Grubhub's here. Indiana.
All right, Brandon getting that one. But I have a chance to catch up here in category number 4. This is in the category of drama. Who plays Augie's mother in Wonder? I wonder who wrote the Book of Love? Mark, you know?
I know that it's
5,
full of facts,
4,
charts, and
3.
figures. And
Can I get a
instructions
repeat
for
on
them.
the question?
Sure, repeat on that. For who was that?
Paul.
Paul? Okay. And yeah, guys, you do get your regular, I didn't mention this at the beginning, you do get your regular 3 repeats and 1 challenge. In drama, who plays Augie's mother in Wonder?
I think Stevie Wonder did the Book of Love.
And we'll go 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. And Mario, we're going to start with you this time.
Julia Roberts.
All right. Paul, did the repeat help?
No, I kept wanting to say Julia Louise Dreyfus. So
In the ballpark. Nick.
I got the wrong J. I put Jennifer Garner.
And Mark?
Was it not Jennifer Garner?
Oh.
No, it was not Jennifer Garner. And Brandon?
Julia Roberts.
It was Julia Roberts. That is correct. I think you're thinking of the Life of Timothy Green.
Yeah, that's exactly
Yeah.
what
Yeah.
And another one after that, too.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's been a mom a couple times.
All right, guys. Your next question, the category of 90s. In Billy Madison, what kind of animal does Billy hallucinate at the beginning of the movie?
Finally, a question about one of the best Sandler films ever.
Yeah, he peaked early.
He did.
It never got any better than this.
I completely agree with you.
I will
And
raise
we'll
you
go.
uncut gems.
5, comedy-wise. 4,
Oh, well,
3,
okay.
2, 1. And Paul, we'll start with you this time.
I didn't have it. I just put rabbit.
All right, Nick.
Penguin.
Penguin is correct. Mark.
It's too hot for penguins out here.
Brandon.
Paul the Zoo. It's a penguin.
And Amaru.
Didn't have it. I said monkey.
Oh, that's Amaru's first miss. And going into question number 6 in the category of crime.
Whoa.
Somebody's
You
unhappy.
okay?
I
What
know.
did-
Yeah, it's my nephew. He's freaking out. He's playing
There's a
games.
crime happening now.
What 2003 film stars Nicolas Cage, Sam Rockwell, and Alison Lohman? Crime being one of my personal favorite genres, if not my favorite. Let's see if you guys know this one. 5, 4,
Let me get a repeat. Kurt.
3. Mark using his first repeat. All right, the category of crime. What 2003 film stars Nicolas Cage, Sam Rockwell, and Alison Lohman? And we'll go 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Back up at the top with Nick.
Matchstick Men.
That is correct. Mark.
No, I was way off.
Brandon.
I was off. I put Lords of War.
Amaru.
I said the same thing. I said Lord of War.
And Paul.
Yeah, I didn't have it either.
Sweet.
Good job,
All right.
Nick.
Thanks.
Good pull, Nick.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
Nick's the only one pulling that one. And
Yeah,
I
that's
believe
a good
pulling
one.
in the lead there. Your penultimate question in the category of horror. In 1978's Halloween, what is the specific profession of Sam Loomis? Sam Loomis, a name famously taken from another iconic horror movie. But let's see if you can figure out what this one did in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Mark, we'll start with you.
Well, he's a psychiatrist.
That is correct. Brandon.
God, I butchered the spelling, I'm sure, but I put psychiatrist.
I'll take it.
Thank
Cool.
you.
Amaru,
I was scared I said the wrong one, but I got it. Psychiatrist.
Paul.
Psychiatrist.
That's right. And Nick.
Psychiatrist.
That is correct.
Ooh.
All right. And your final question, gentlemen. No perfect rounds, so this will be it for round 1 in the category of classics. What is the juror number of Henry Fonda's character in 12 Angry Men?
Oh,
I'll give you a hint. You have
I
a
love that
1 in 12
movie.
chance to get this right.
oh my God.
Somebody do some quick
I
math, figure out the
was-
percentage on that.
I was told there'd be no math, Kurt. You know this. You know this.
Sorry.
It's not how we do
5, 4,
playing
3.
games with me over here.
2, 1. And Brandon, we're going to start with you.
Is it number 3?
It is not number 3. Amaru.
Ah.
I said 3 as well.
Paul?
It's 7.
Close. Nick?
I said the same thing. I knew it was somewhere in that area. I put 7.
And Mark.
I believe it's 8.
If it's 8, I'm going to be mad.
It is juror number 8.
Oh. Good job, Mark.
Nice.
All right, so
I was between
that
7 and
concludes
8.
round number 1. After round 1, we have a tie for the lead. Nick and Mark both with 6 points. Brandon and Maru in second place, tied at 5, and Paul in a close third with 4 points. So from there, we are now going to move into round 2. And guys, you know how this works. This is our wheel round. Let me bring up our wheel for today. All right. You guys there?
Yep.
Yeah.
Here we
Okay, I
go.
lost you for a minute.
No, you're good.
And here comes our wheel, hopefully.
Taking it sweet.
Okay, here we go. All right. And your categories are Oscars, comic book movies, biopics, family films, 2000s, actors and actresses, animated, musicals, and spinners and opponent's choice. In this match, opponent's choice would decide committee. But Mark, since you're tied for lead, we decided off air, the tiebreaker. You get to decide first. Do you want to spin first or defer?
Now I'll defer to Nick.
Okay.
Okay, Nick,
right.
do you want to spin first or defer?
I'm going to keep this ball rolling. I'm going to defer as well.
All right, Amaro, we come to you.
Everybody get your roll on. Brandon, go ahead, man.
Okay, Brad, you want to spin first or defer?
I would like to defer if I can.
All right, so Paul, you will be spinning first.
All right.
And then we'll just go in reverse order because everybody deferred. So it'll go Paul, Brandon, Amaru, Nick, and Mark.
All right.
All right. So, Paul, we're going to start with you, and this is going to be your spin. Your first spin. Is going to be in the category of comic book movies. Do you want to keep that one, or do you want to spin again, Paul?
I'll keep it.
All right. So the way this works, guys, there is still in this round. So have your whiteboards ready. If Paul misses his question, you're going to get a quick 5 count, and then I'm going to ask the rest of you to show your answers. If he goes to multiple choice, I will reread your multiple choice options before I count down. All right. So Paul, let me go to comic book movies. All right. Your first question. In Scott Pilgrim vs. the World, what type of location does Scott's sister Stacy work at?
I'll go multiple choice.
Multiple choice. Is it A, bank, B, diner, C, coffee shop, or D, electronics store?
I'll say D, electronics store.
That is incorrect, gentlemen. Your multiple choice options for the steal are A, bank, B, diner, C, coffee shop, or D, electronics store. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And Nick, we'll start with you.
Coffee shop.
That is correct. Mark?
Coffee shop.
Brandon?
Coffee shop.
Coffee shop is correct. And Amaru?
I went with diner.
All right. Welcome to Multiplex, Paul. Anytime there's a comic book category, you will get a Scott Pilgrim question.
That's the one.
Okay, question number 2. Who directed the first 3 Men in Black films?
I'll go multiple choice.
Multiple choice. Is it A, F. Gary Gray, B, Barry Levinson, C, Barry Sonnenfeld, or D, Bo Welch?
I'll go with A.
That is incorrect. Once again, for the steal, gentlemen, your options are A, F. Gary Gray, B, Barry Levinson, C, Barry Sonnenfeld, or D, Bo Welch. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Nick?
I hope I went with the right Barry. I went C.
That is correct. Mark?
C, Barry Sonnenfeld.
Brandon?
C, Barry Sonnenfeld.
That is correct. And Amaru?
Barry Sonnenfeld.
That is correct. All right. Paul, your third question in comic book movies. In Deadpool 2, Deadpool notes the similarities between Papa Can You Hear Me and what other song?
Multiple choice.
Is it A, Do You Want to Build a Snowman? B, Part of Your World? C, Belle? Or D, Colors of the Wind?
Do you want to build a snowman?
That is correct for 1 point.
Okay.
Your next question in the category of comic books, comic book movies. What comics character has been played by Frank Langella and Jackie Cooper? Five, 4.
Can you repeat the question?
3. Sure. That's your second repeat. What comics character has been played by Frank Langella and Jackie Cooper? Five, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Multiple choice.
Multiple choice. Is it A, Pa Kent, B, Howard Saint, C, Perry White, or D, Thomas Wayne?
Perry White.
That is correct for 1 point. And your final question in the category of comic book movies. What is the name of Stanley's dog in The Mask?
Multiple choice.
Is it A, Russell, B, Shadow, C, Jack, or D, Max?
I'll go with D, Max.
That is correct for 1 point.
I want to Kirk.
Yes.
I want to challenge.
Yes, I could.
You challenges.
Okay.
The dog's name is Milo.
It is?
I had
Yes.
Milo.
Milo.
All right. Let me look that up real quick. Okay, we're back, everybody. Brandon's challenge actually was misheld. I apologize for that mistake. Max is the name of the real-life dog that plays the character dog Milo in The Mask. So that was a mistake on our part. So what we're going to do, the most fair thing here, since Paul was down to his 1 point question, I'm going to give him another multiple choice question in the comic book category, I will give him the multiple choice. He will get the option to get that 1 point. And if he does not get it, everybody will have the chance to steal. So, Paul, are you ready for your last question?
I am ready.
Okay. What is the superhero alter ego of Damon McCready in Kick-Ass? Is it A, Big Daddy, B, Red Mist, C, the MFer? I got kids in the room. Or D, Mr. Bite?
I'm sorry. Damon McCready. That was the.
Yes.
Okay. That's Big Daddy.
That is correct for 1 point.
All right.
Okay, so after a little bit of confusion there, Paul does rebound in that category. He finishes with 8 points. He did give up some steals, but he will have 4 opportunities to get those steals back now.
Bring it on.
The comic books is off the wheel, and Brennan is going to be going next. So, Brennan, this is your first spin. And it is Oscars. Do you want to stick with Oscars, or would you like to spin again?
I will spin again, please.
All right, this is your second spin. Got to stick with whatever we get here. And it is musicals. So let me bring up the category of musicals here. All right, your first question, Brandon, in the category of musicals. And I'm sorry to bring the wheel up there. You take my word for it.
You're good. It's all right.
Sorry about that. I forgot to bring that
I
up.
was wondering where that wheel went.
You told me what it was, and that's really all I need to know. So
I could show you where it finished. Sorry, guys. My first time running the stream. There you can see it's musicals.
Yep.
All right. Your first question in the category of musicals. What musical features the songs He Needs Me, Where Is Love, and Food, Glorious Food?
Oliver.
That is correct for 2 points.
Nice.
Question number 2. What is the mascot of the East High School? Sorry, this is written weird. What is the mascot of the East High School in High School Musical 3 senior year?
The Wildcats.
That is correct for 2 points.
Forgot that I got a theatrical release. I'm like, really?
That one.
Who directed Fiddler on the Roof?
Okay, I'm going on a limb here. Was it Wes Craven?
It was not. Gentlemen, for the 2 point steal. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Nick?
I didn't put anything down in time. Didn't have it.
Mark?
The artist formerly known as question mark.
Paul?
I didn't have time.
And Amaru.
It looks like scribble, but I guess Sidney Lumet.
It does say Sid Lumet. Unfortunately, that's incorrect. The correct answer is Norman Jewison.
Hey.
Oh, dang. Okay. All right.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
Your fourth question in musicals. What is the name of Annie's dog in 1982's Annie?
Oh, God. Can I get multiple choice?
Sure. Your multiple choice options are A, Rocco, B, Sandy, C, Marco,
It's Sandy.
or D, Theo. Sandy is correct
Sandy.
for 1 point.
I knew it if I heard it.
Sure. And your final question. Who plays Jack's mother in Into the Woods?
Jack's mother is Tracy Ullman.
That is correct for 2 points.
Good job.
Nice job.
So
Brandon.
nice
Thanks,
round by
guys.
Brandon. If I have the score correct, he finishes up his round with 14 points.
All right.
And we move on to Amaro. Let me make sure I get the wheel up this time. And Amaro, here's your first spin. And you get spinner's choice. So your options at this point are Oscars, animated, actors and actresses, 2000s, family films, or biopics.
Actors and actresses.
Actors and actresses?
Yeah.
Okay. Amara, your first question in the category of actors and actresses. Who starred in the films Wrongfully Accused, Spy Hard, and Mr. Magoo? Five, 4, 3,
Give me multiple choice.
1. Multiple choice. Is it A, Leslie Nielsen, B, Charlie Sheen, C, Lloyd Bridges, or D, Vail Kilmer?
Leslie Nielsen.
That is correct for 1 point. Question number 2. What horror icon has been played by Christopher Lee and Luke Evans?
Dracula.
Dracula is correct for 2 points. Who stars as writer Holly Martins in The Third Man?
Multiple choice.
5. Is it A, Orson Welles, B, Joseph Cotton, C, Fred McMurray, or D, Ray Milland?
Can you repeat it again, please?
Sure. A, Orson Welles,
I meant the question.
B, Joseph Cotton. Oh, the whole question? Sure.
Yeah.
That's Amara's first repeat. Who stars as writer Holly Martins in The Third Man? And your options are A, Orson Welles, B, Joseph Cotton, C, Fred McMurray, or D, Ray Milland.
Orson Welles.
Orson Welles is incorrect, gentlemen. For the 1 point still, your options are A, Orson Welles, B, Joseph Cotton, C, Fred McMurray, or D, Ray Milland. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. And Nick, we'll start with you.
I went with C.
That is incorrect. Mark?
B.
B, Joseph Cotton is correct. Brandon?
I got it wrong. I put C.
And Paul?
I put Fred McMurray as well.
Okay,
Dang.
Mark, you'll get the still on that one. Your penultimate question in actors and actresses. What was the first film to feature performances from both Owen Wilson and Ben Stiller? Five, 4, 3, 2,
Multiple choice.
1. Is it A, Meet the Parents, B, The Cable Guy, C, Bottle Rocket, or D, Permanent Midnight? Five, 4, 3, 2,
A.
1. A is incorrect. For the 1 point still, your options are A, Meet the Parents, B, The Cable Guy, C, Bottle Rocket, or D, Permanent Midnight. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Nick?
As a bottle rocket.
That is incorrect. Mark?
I think technically it's the Cable Guy.
Cable Guy is correct. Brandon?
I put a B, but I'm not sure if you can see it. It's like I don't know if you take that as a B or not. But.
Yeah.
That's a B.
I'll give him that.
And
Yeah,
Paul?
froze on me.
I had Bottle Rocket.
Okay.
Wait,
All
B was
right.
right? Cable Guy?
Yeah, B was right, yeah.
Oh, cool.
And Amara, your final question in actors and actresses. What actor had roles in the 2017 films The Post, The Shape of Water, and Call Me By Your Name? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Nothing? You're frozen, Amaru?
I think he's frozen.
Oh no, he froze.
I think he's frozen. Due to technical difficulties, Amaru was not able to answer that question. So, unfortunately, everybody does get the opportunity for the 2 points still here. And we will start with Nick.
I think I may have butchered his last name. Is it Michael Stuhlberg? If you can't give it to me, I understand. I know it's something like that.
Yeah, we're missing an important letter there. So,
Okay.
Mark.
Yeah, I said Michael Shannon. I don't think it's him.
Brennan.
I'm wrong. I put Army Hammer.
And Paul.
I said Timothy Chalamet.
Okay. So, unfortunately, Rue not getting that last one, but he had a pretty decent round, and he finishes his round with 9 points.
What was
So
his
we are
last
moving
name?
on.
Sorry if you don't mind.
I'm
me
sorry?
What was
sorry,
his-
Michael Stahlberg. Stahlberg is the right answer.
Oh, so
Stahlberg.
not Stool. Okay.
Yeah.
Yes. all right.
Yeah, it's Stahl, not Stoll.
I knew it was something like that. I didn't
Yeah,
know
you're
for
close.
sure.
I hate to not give that.
No, I get it.
Yeah.
Yep, not a problem.
Yeah. All right, Nick, here comes your spin.
All right. Oh,
And he
no.
lands on opponent's choice. Gentlemen, you have seconds to come to a consensus here. Otherwise, Brandon gets to make the pick. And here, and the options he still has are family films, biopics, Oscars, animated, and 2000s.
We should probably give him Oscars.
So, what do you guys want to give him?
I was thinking Oscars might work out.
So was I. So
I was thinking either Oscars or animated.
Yeah, either one.
I'd go Oscars.
Yeah.
I'm fine with Oscars.
All right, so the consensus is Oscars. So, Nick, we are giving you Oscars.
Okay.
Okay.
And let me get to that category. Okay, Nick, your first question, category of Oscars. What film won the Oscar for Best Picture for films released in 1967?
Screw it. Is it In the Heat of the Night? Final answer.
It is in the heat of the night for 2 points.
Wow.
Wow. Good
Oh.
Good
pull.
job, Nick.
Thank you.
Very nice.
Thank God somebody asked me to watch that a few days ago.
Question number 2.
Well, screw that
John
guy.
Ford has the record for the most Best Director Oscars. How many does he have?
I don't know if this counts. It was Tom Ford.
John Ford.
John
There
Ford.
wasn't. Yeah.
Okay,
there's
sorry.
boys over you. Yeah.
No, that's fine. I know it's not a number, but I'm still going to go multiple choice.
Okay, is it A3, B4, C5, or D6?
Typical. All right, I'm just going to go C. Final answer.
That is incorrect for the 1 point steal. Is it A3, B4, C5, or D6? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. And Mark, we'll start with you.
4.
That is correct, Brandon. Brandon, what'd you say?
Brandon.
I'm sorry, is that me?
Yeah.
Me?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yes,
I didn't hear his answer, but I put 3.
that is incorrect. Amaru,
I said 4. B.
4 is correct. And Paul.
I had 6.
All right. So I'm just going to put this in chat for Brandon. Okay. Your next question. Can you hear me, Brandon?
Yeah, I'm having issues with my phone right now. I may have to switch devices in between rounds.
Okay. All right. Next question in Oscars. What song from La La Land won the Oscar for Best Original Song?
Oh, fuck. Man,
5,
I hate to do this multiple
3,
choice.
2. Okay. Is it A, Audition, The Fools Who Dream, B, Another Day of Sun, C, City of Stars, or D, Someone in the Crowd?
I'm gonna stick with my gut here. I'm gonna say City of Stars. The final answer.
That is correct for 1 point.
Should have stuck with it. Damn. Oh well.
Your penultimate Oscars question. What was the first film to win the Oscar for Best Animated Feature?
Oh boy.
Five,
Multiple choice.
3. Is it A, Toy Story 2, B, Shrek, C, Tarzan, or D, Monsters, Inc.?
I'm going to go with Shrek. Final answer.
Shrek is correct for 1 point.
Okay.
And your final question in the category of Oscars. Who was the only person to receive an acting nomination for their performance in The Big Chill?
Multiple choice.
Is it A, Kevin Kline, B, Meg Tilly, C, Jeff Goldblum, or D, Glenn Close?
I'm going to go with A. Kevin Kline. Final answer.
That is incorrect, gentlemen. For the 1 point steal, your options again: A, Kevin Kline, B, Meg Tilly, C, Jeff Goldblum, D, Glenn Close. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. Mark, start with you.
It's probably wrong. C.
That is incorrect. Amaru?
I said Glenn Close.
That is correct. Brennan?
I put B.
That is incorrect. And Paul?
Glenn Close.
That is correct for 1 point. All right, so that wraps up next category for opponent's choice. He navigated that pretty well. But we do finally come now to Mark's spin. And let me bring up the wheel one more time.
Yes, please.
You got it up there, yes. And your first spin. Animated. You want to keep that or spin again?
Why not? Let's spin again.
All right. Your last spin. I'm going to go with whatever we spin here. Get a free spin because we already read Oscars. I had a bad feeling this was going to happen sooner or later. I already got comic book movies.
Yeah.
I'll take it.
The last guy gets them all.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and just barely on family films. So, Mark, in the category of family films. In Holes, what is the name that John Voight's character goes by throughout the majority of the film?
Multiple choice.
Is it A, Mr. Mister, B, Mr. Man, C, Mr. Boy, or D, Mr. Sir?
I didn't hear your choice A.
Mr. Mister.
Oh, okay.
Do you want them all again?
Yeah, can I? Would you mind?
Yeah. A, Mr. Mister, B, Mr. Man, C, Mr. Boy, or D, Mr. Sir?
Mr. Man.
That is incorrect. Gentlemen, one more time for the steal. A, Mr. Mister, B, Mr. Man, C, Mr. Boy, or D, Mr. Sir? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. And Nick, we're going to start with you.
Is it D?
That is correct. Brennan.
It is D, Mr. Sir.
That is also correct. Maru
D. Mr. Sir.
and Paul.
D, Mr. Sir.
There you go. All right. Mr. Sir is correct. Your next question in Family Films, Mark. Who stars as the young boy Richard in The Pagemaster?
Macaulay Culkin.
That is correct for 2 points. Your next question. What 80s film stars Fred Savage and Howie Mandel?
Little Monsters.
That is also correct for 2 points.
Thanks, Paul.
Nice.
In Cheaper by the Dozen, what is the job of Steve Martin's Tom Baker?
He is a college football coach.
That is correct for 2 points. And your final question in Family Films. Who directed 2015's Cinderella?
Kenneth Branagh.
That
Nice.
is also correct for 2 points.
Well done, Mark.
Strong round 2 for Mark. We're going to take a minute off here to calculate scores, and we will be right back. Okay, after round 2, we have a score update. Mark is now in the lead with 19 points, followed by Brandon with 16. Nick is followed those guys up with 13. Amar, who has 12, and Paul has 10. Right now, we're going to let the guys go and pick the categories for their Pick Your Poison round. They will each pick their questions for their 1 point, 2 point, 3 point, and 4 point question. The categories they have to choose from today are action adventure, horror, movie release dates, comedy, musical, drama, 2000s, Julia Roberts, directors, and mystery thrillers. We'll be back in a minute to let these guys pick those questions, and we will be right back. Okay, we are back. Everybody has picked their 4 point, their 1, 2, 3, 4 point questions. Since Paul is trailing here, he has 10 points. He's going to take his turn first. Paul, we're going to start out with your 1 point question. And you have 10 points. Mark is in the lead with 19. So this is the only question you could afford to miss to avoid the TKO. And your first question, and Paul took his categories: 1 in Julia Roberts, 2 in comedy, 3 in mystery, 4 in musicals. So, Paul, we're going to start you off in Julia Roberts. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Okay. What 1999 romantic comedy stars Hugh Grant and Julia Roberts?
Notting Hill.
That is correct for 1 point. Okay, your 2 point is in comedy. Your 2 point question in comedy. Who directed Trainwreck and This Is 40?
Is it Judd Apatow?
That is correct for 2 points. And before we go further, guys, I just want to let you know, Paul, you have used 2 repeats. Amaru and Mark, you have used 1. Everybody, Nick and Brandon, you both have all 3 left. I just want to give you that heads up as we go into Paul's 3 point question in the category of mysteries. And Paul, you do have to hit this one to stay in the game.
All right.
In the category of mystery thrillers, for 3 points. What injury does Borden sustain from Angier's shooting in The Prestige? Five, 4, 3, 2.
A limp? I don't know.
1.
Does he end up with a limp?
No, unfortunately, that is correct. The correct answer is he loses 2 fingers.
Huh.
And unfortunately, that Paul has been eliminated.
All right.
So we are going to move on to Amaru. Paul finishes with 13 points. Amaru, you are next up with 12 points currently. You took your 1 point comedy, your 2 points in action adventure, your 3 points in drama, and your 4 points in 2000s. So we will start off with your 1 point question in the category of comedy. What sport is the favorite of the Dude and Walter in The Big Lebowski?
Bowling.
That is correct for 1 point. Okay, your 2-pointer comes in the category of action adventure. For 2 points. What is the nickname of Arnold Schwarzenegger's character in 1987's Predator?
Good one.
Five, 4, 3,
Duke.
2. Oh, so close. Correct answer is Dutch.
All right.
And so, Mario, you are currently at 13 points. So, doing a little math, you're going to have to hit both your last 2 questions to remain in the game. And we'll go to your 3-pointer in drama. In the category of drama, in Gandhi, what actor plays Vince Walker, a journalist who chronicles Gandhi's Salt March? Five, 4, 3, 2,
Repeat.
1. In drama, in Gandhi, what actor plays Vince Walker, a journalist who chronicles Gandhi's Salt March? That was your second repeat, Amaru. Five, 4, 3, 2,
Ray Fiennes.
1. Oh, that is incorrect. Unfortunately, that eliminates Amaru. The correct answer was Martin Sheen.
Martin Sheen. Okay.
All right.
And Amaru finishing up though with 13 points. So we move on to Nick, who is currently also at 13 points. Nick, you took 1 in 2000s, 2 in musicals, 3 in action adventure, and 4 in mystery. So we will start with your 2000s question for 1 point. Your question: Who plays the title character in 2008's Milk?
Sean Penn.
That is correct for 1 point. Your 2-point question in musicals. In Sweeney Todd, what type of food does Mrs. Lovett turn her victims into?
I believe it's meat pies. Final answer.
That is correct for 2 points.
Make him sing it.
All right, Nick, your 3-point question in action adventure. In Kill Bill, what is the snake-based nickname, or code name? Let me start over. In Kill Bill, what is the snake-based code name of Oren Ishii?
What is the name of that?
5.
Go, repeat the question.
4. Sure, that's your first repeat, Nick.
Mm-hmm.
In Kill Bill, what is the snake-based code name of Oren Ishii?
I can literally think of all the others except for this one. Unbelievable. Isn't that how it always works?
5,
4.
4,
Just because it's the only one I can think of. Python.
2,
Final answer.
1. That is incorrect. The correct answer is Cottonmouth.
Cottonmouth.
So you are, so Nick, you are currently at 16 points. To stay in the game, you need to hit your 4-pointer in the category of mystery thriller.
Okay.
And your 4-point question: what 1999 film follows Clint Eastwood as an alcoholic journalist who attempts to uncover evidence that will exonerate a death row inmate?
1999. Oof.
5, 4, 3,
Repeat the question.
2. Your second repeat.
Mhm.
What 1990 film follows Clint Eastwood as an alcoholic journalist who attempts to uncover evidence that will exonerate a death row inmate?
Sounds like a good movie.
5.
Just go ahead and use it. Repeat the question. Yeah.
That last repeat.
Mhm.
What 1999 film follows Clint Eastwood as an alcoholic journalist who attempts to uncover evidence that will exonerate a death row inmate?
All right. It was fun, guys. I'm going to go with Double Indemnity. Final answer.
That is incorrect. The correct answer is True Crime. And
True.
with that, okay, and after Nick's elimination, it all comes down to Mark and Brandon. Mark has a score of 19 points. Brandon has 16. So Brandon will begin answering his questions next. He took 1 point in musicals, 2 point in directors, 3 points in horror, and 4 points in comedy. So Brandon, let me bring up your 1 point question in the category of musicals.
Okay.
Who plays Swedish singer Jenny Lind in The Greatest Showman?
Oh God, please let it be the right one. Rebecca Ferguson.
That is the right one for 1 point.
Yes, I always get her mixed up with Rebecca Hall.
All right, your 2-pointer in the category of directors. Who directed A Few Good Men?
Was that Rob Reiner? Final answer.
That was Rob Reiner for 2 points.
Yes.
So that ties Brandon with Mark with 19. And since Mark has more questions left, we will go to his 1-pointer first. Mark, are you ready for your 1-pointer? And Mark took 1 point in directors, 2 points in horror, 3 points in comedy, 4 points in action adventure. Mark, you ready for your 1 point in directors?
Let's have it.
Who directed 1995's Seven?
David Fincher.
David Fincher
Final
is
answer.
correct.
Yeah.
For 1 point to take the lead back with 20. So Brandon, we come back to you with your 3-pointer in horror.
Okay.
And just let me get to the horror category. Lots of scrolling today. Your 3-point question. What horror franchise has installments directed by Joe Dante, Alejandra Aja, and James Cameron?
Alien franchise.
That is incorrect. The correct answer is Piranha.
Oh.
So we'll move on to your 4-point question. You have to hit this one in order to bounce it back to Mark. If you hit this, Mark will answer his 2-point. Go to his 2-pointer. If not, Mark will win the match.
Okay.
And Brennan, your 4-point question in comedy. What 1987 dark comedy centers around a writer named Larry and his odd student named Owen? Five, 4, 3,
Can I get a repeat?
2, 1. Sure.
I'm sorry. Okay, thank you.
What 1987? You're fine. You got in. What 1987 dark comedy centers around a writer named Larry and his odd student named Owen? 2 repeats left. Five, 4, 3,
Repeat.
2. Your second repeat. What 1987 dark comedy centers around a writer named Larry and his odd student named Owen?
I'm just gonna take a shot at it. Is it Bugsy?
5. And your winner, Mark the Maniac Kamayer.
Owen.
If Brandon, if I had said Owen, would that have helped at all?
You know what? I know that line. I just can't pull the movie. What was
Correct
it?
answer was Throw Mama from the Train.
Oh,
Really
my
difficult
God.
for me to
I
not
wish I had
read
that
it that way.
Oh.
But
Okay.
Mark is your winner. He is moving on to the tournament. But it was a great match, contentious match for everybody. Great job, everybody. We are going to do real quick post-match interviews. I'm going to start with Paul. Paul, real quick, that was your first experience in Warzone. Very hectic situation to come into. You composed yourself well. You made it to the third round. You battled the whole way. How are you feeling about your first match?
I feel pretty good. Could have done better in that first round. Lost a couple questions there, and then that wheel kind of kicked my ass a little bit. Thought I knew comic book movies a little bit better than that. But Scott Pilgrim is probably one of my most hated comic book movies, and then The Mask is not far behind. So you got 2 questions for movies that I really don't care for. So, and I know that's not a popular opinion, but I'm old and I'm allowed to have it. So,
Especially this community. And yes, you absolutely are. But yeah, brush up because you see that category, you're going to see one of those questions. That's the Warzone guarantee. Moving on next to Amaru. Amaru, again, buddy, you were battling there towards the old difficulties in the round 2, kind of hurt you. But overall, what do you think your performance? Where are you going to go from here?
I feel pretty good. This is also my first time playing in a regular all-around movie trivia in Warzone, or almost in any league. So I've only ever done Geek or Fandom. So first time actually doing full movie. I feel pretty good. I knew Leslie Nielsen, so that could have helped. And then I would have pulled Stubarg either 2 or 1. So I know my points are better than what I have. I'm feeling pretty good based off of that difficulties, and I just know to go with my gut a little bit more, even more so now. So I like how I went out here.
You've been around so long. I didn't realize this was your first Warzone match. But yeah, you did great. And again, we will see you again, obviously. But thank you very much for coming, for playing. Move on next to Nick. Nick, third place, not too bad. Again, this is a rough table. What are your thoughts right now?
I mean, I'm pretty happy overall with how I did. I had a strong first round. And then, opponents was the one, that, opponents rears its ugly head again. I feel like I did, okay. I mean, yeah, there was a couple steals, but I feel like I did pretty well on Oscar, much better than I normally do. But no, I mean, like you said, it's a tough group of guys here. I mean, 16 points isn't terrible in any match. So I'm happy with it. And I'm happy for the 2 guys ahead of me. And I'm very happy with how I did.
All right. And Nick, obviously, you're another guy we're going to see more of both in singles and teams. So we will definitely, we'll be hearing more from you.
Sure.
We lost Brandon, so I'm going to go to Mark now. Okay, now I am here with our winner of the first Warzone tournament play-in. Mark, you pulled it out. That was a tough game, a lot of tough opponents, but you are secure in the tournament. How are you feeling about that?
I feel pretty good considering the last few times I've played in this league did not go my way. They have not gone my way. So this win feels extremely good. Family films was not the category I wanted, to be honest with you, but there were two other categories that I absolutely didn't want. So thank God I didn't get those. The steals helped. So I'm very, very happy with my playability today.
Absolutely. Anything about your game you look at this, say moving forward, anything you're really proud of that you want to focus on, or anything you feel needs to improve going in the tournament?
There's always room for improvement. I mean, any player will tell you that, because to say that there is a perfection in everyone's game is a complete bust. There's no such thing as a perfect game. So even if you get all the questions correct, there's going to be a category you're not going to get correct every time. So there's always room for improvement. I know where my strengths are. I know where my weaknesses are. So every day is a learning experience. So, but like I said, I'm thrilled with how I played. I wish I had gotten a better category in round 2, but hey, I did pretty well considering that wasn't the category that I wanted. And like I said, the steals. So very happy with it. I know where I need to improve, and I'm excited to. I guess I'm in a tournament now. Is that what?
That's what this is all about. Yep, you're in the tournament, and about that, I'll ask you. This may not be fair because you probably don't know everybody who's in it, but you probably guess at least some of the competitors. Is there anybody you're looking at and you would like to see in that first round of that tournament? Anybody you'd like to take on?
Oh, let me count the ways. There's all kinds of dudes that I would just love to go one-on-one against. A lot of them that I haven't, if you can believe that. I haven't played Warzone in quite a while, and so I would love to get another shot at Rizzy. I don't know if he's going to be in it, but he and I seem to go to war all the time. Love to get him. Love to take on Koho and finally shut him up once and for all. I'd like to take on Boatman. Give me all those dudes. Give me every one of them.
All right. Well, it's a big tournament, so you may have your chance. But good luck, Mark, and we'll be seeing you once tournament time comes around. All right, everybody, that wraps up our first play-in match for the Warzone tournament. We have 2 more of these coming up to see who's going to take those last 2 spaces. So thank you very much for watching, and for Paul, from Maru, for Nick, for Brandon, for Mark, and for myself, Kirk Kowalkowski. Thanks for watching, and bring in the dancing something